Good morning. My name is Jasdeep and I am conducting your IELTS speaking today. What's your full name?
My full name is Harmanjot Singh.
How may I address you?
You can call me Harman.
Can I see your ID?
Yes, here is the passport that I used.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Gurdaspur, but I'm currently living in Batala.
Do you work or study?
I'm a student and I've recently passed my 12th grade.
Okay, now I will ask you some general questions on general topic. So let's talk about language. What languages can you speak?
Uh, not a lot of them. Just basically, I speak my native language, Punjabi, and along with that, I know a bit of Hindi and I have a great knowledge of English.
What languages would you like to learn in the future?
Well, I'm the kind of person who has always longed for being a linguistic. So I would like to learn a few of them. Basically, I have French on the charts, and I would like to learn German language as well.
How do you learn a foreign language?
I believe most of the people nowadays use an online course to learn about different languages. Other than that, I believe that going to offline class centers would be a great alternative when people have a good amount of time to spend.
How are languages taught and learned in your school?
Well, in my school, we had a plethora of languages, so you always had the opportunity to learn something new. Basically, we had a projector, and there was a native speaker who would help us learn a lot, and the correct pronunciation was taught to us through that.
Let's talk about dream and ambition. What was your childhood dream?
When I was very young, I wanted to be an astronaut, and I loved knowing more about space and how the stars were.
Are you the kind of person who sticks to dream?
Yes, I would consider myself to be one, as when I was very much dreaming about becoming an astronaut, I started learning more about the space, and I actually bought a couple of books, and they were very thick, and but I managed to read every page of them, and I learned a lot about space.
What is your dream job?
Well, my dream job would be that of a nurse because I would like to cater towards people's needs, and I'm the kind of person who is very caring. So this job would really help me take care of people and love the profession that I'm in.
Do you think you are an ambitious person?
Not really. I believe I'm very much laid back, and most of the times I'm a chill guy, and I don't like to be very ambitious and uh, very clever about things.
Now I'll give you one QA topic and you have 1 minute for preparing about that topic and 2 minutes for speaking about that. And your QA topic is describe a speech you gave or describe a talk you gave to group of people. You can use this paper and pencil for preparing notes. You should start speaking.
Uh, Talking about a speech that I gave, well, I would like to talk about when it was the first time that I gave a speech on stage. It was probably the year 2014. I was in my fourth standard, and my teacher chose me to give a speech on Independence Day. So my topic was to be something very recent. I wanted to talk about Swachh Bharat campaign. It was a great cause that was set up by the current Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and he wanted to. He basically had the idea to make India more clean and to cater to the needs of the people by cleaning the roads and providing good cleanliness facilities to people. So I prepared the speech, and it my mother helped me in that, and it was, I didn't know how long I wanted it to be. So my mother and I kept writing, and it was basically a 4-page speech. And on the day, I was very nervous. I was shivering as it was my first time on stage, and I was presenting the speech to a lot of audience, and there were some high level professionals in there as well. There were some motivational speakers at the moment as well. So I was very nervous about it, and eventually I made it through. I gave the speech, and as I was very shivering, the head of the school, we referred to him as father, and he stopped me. He started asking me a couple of questions at stage. I was very nervous, and I choked. I couldn't speak very much, and basically he was very calm in his approach. He sensed that I was very much afraid of the situation, but he handled it very carefully, and it's a great memory of mine, as it really gave me a good name in
Can
the
you
good
stop?
books of teachers.
Can I get paper and pencil back? Thank you. Now I will ask you some general questions on the basis of your cue card topic. Why do people get nervous when they speak in public?
I believe because they aren't very accustomed to these situations. Sometimes they don't have the correct information, and they are afraid that they are gonna make some mistakes. So that's why most of the times they get very nervous.
How can they improve their public speaking skills?
I believe that people need to stop considering the fact that people are gonna judge what they speak. It's most of the times it's about how you behave in front of everyone and how confident you try to make yourself look. That's an approach that people can look forward to, instead of focusing on what they are speaking. Rather, they should focus on how they are speaking.
What different kinds of speeches or lectures have you attended in your life?
Well, I was very fortunate that I attended a lot of lectures when I was young. There were a lot of motivational speakers who were introduced to me when I was in school. Along with that, anytime or in a couple of months, there was always a police officer who used to come to our school to introduce new rules and regulations. So I had a couple of lessons in that as well.
What qualities, attributes should these visiting speakers have?
I believe these speakers are very confident in their approach. They are the ones who really communicate with the crowd, because when you are giving a speech, you should really indulge in having other people listen to you. These are the qualities that these speakers really have that make them very much inspirational, and they are really successful in conveying their message as well.
Why do you many people find it hard to give a talk to young children?
I believe that it's because young children are not that focused. Whenever you teach them something, they always take it as a joke value, and they hardly care about what the content of the speech is. Most of the times, these speeches are given to young children so as to motivate them and to make sure that they are going on the right path. But children hardly care about it, and they are always looking for some petty crimes to do.
Which one is better, being a communicator or a listener?
I believe being a listener is a more beneficial job that a person can do, because whenever you talk about stuff, you are basically giving information. But when you are a listener, you are trying to apprehend how the person speaks and how what content they are providing to you, and basically you judge what kind of a speaker they are. So being a listener is something that I would definitely prefer to be done.
How important is to be a good listener when communicating?
I believe that it is very beneficial and important to be a listener, because you can't always speak about things. When you constantly keep speaking, people lose interest in you. You always need to give them time to display their front, and that's how a positive conversation can be held.
Here is an end of your IELTS speaking module. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.